to see both these players play. It has been a hot moment, I think, since I've seen either of them play. I believe Sentinel plays Rob, if I remember right, but Kazii, off the top of my head, oh gosh, it has been. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
Lydia.
I should know this, chat. I should know this. You can cook me. It's okay.
Oh, Kazii made it difficult. I realized that he has the weird eyes. It's Game & Watch. That's what it is. Shoutouts to the Smashers app, by the way. Guys, if you haven't checked it out, highly recommend. Highly recommend. Just absolute wonderful tool. We are going to be seeing the Piranha plant coming out from Sentinel. So a little bit of an interesting pick. Of course, you got that heavyweight, but does have the Rob as an option, but it's a little bit difficult. You know what? Zomba might have gotten it on me as Sentinel, saying, you know what? I'm gonna take the path of the Piranha plant, which this is actually the first time that we are going to be seeing the Piranha plant versus the Game & Watch with a 4-3 set record in Kazi's
Dude,
favor.
Holy moly, that man just pulled out the 9 to start the set. Listen, whether it's new, whether it's old, he's showed his cards early, and he might have a God Run on his hands. The Hyperspace Classic, shoutouts EO for pointing that one out, right? Going to show up the local scene in clashing heads this deep in bracket to really show who is going to represent their scene in top 8.
Yeah, but I love the aggression from Kazii so far, just not slowing down, saying, hey, you know what, Sentinel? I'm in your face, I'm up in your space, and you are going to have to find a new way to fight against me because I've got this chair coming for you. It's that WWE style, baby. Only 48% on deck for Kazii. This is looking very good for the Game & Watch main.
Yep. This is the classic Piranha plant positioning that you'll see, is this you kind of take that outer third of the platform and then you dash dance underneath it, try to bait them in, and then as you're mixed, you'll approach, try and find that one swing to catch a jump over the Pokeball, and then go back on their platform. Right? That game plan executed perfectly, finds the first stock, but it's the overcommitment back into the center to try and catch that landing preemptively, right? That you see push the plant into disadvantage. Big set play character, and so watching how that ebb and flow works is going to be huge if you're new to understanding this matchup.
I will say so far, Kazii is showcasing that he ain't nobody new to this matchup right now. Gonna go ahead, position under that platform. I love that patience. Does find those tornadoes and got the parachute, but all the same, you know what? Sentinel coming back in with that armor. That is one little tool that can be a little bit interesting to play around, and Kazii had a little bit of a struggle against it at times.
This is one of those matchups that's always so interesting to watch in practice because, right, on paper, you're like, oh yeah, Game & Watch wins this matchup party, right? And yeah, and like that's true regardless. But we see right in practice that Plant does have some tools to kind of mix up timing. It's just what really is hurting in Sentinel right now is just the movement speed, right? He's getting stuck finding these abilities to disrupt Kazii, to find opportunities, but then he just doesn't have the space to close, to find a way in, and so he doesn't create an opening. And then, all of a sudden, right, Kazii just gets to take more space for free and just take the stock.
Yes, sir. That Tortoise at the ready to go ahead and just come in swinging. Now, Kazii using that movement speed to get right on in. I love that attempt at the bucket, understanding that Sentinel has really enjoyed popping these side Bs, popping these Patuis, and you know what? Maybe he'll catch him slacking a little bit on that. Now, gonna go ahead, back off the bacon. I love that. Just a quick little, hey, I'm gonna slow down the pace of the game just for a second so that I can come right back in swinging. Kazii coming in with the forward airs, with the bacon. We are running circles around him.
When in doubt, spit it out. That Patui coming in clutch to knock him all the way down for the up throw to find the stock. Listen, sometimes you just say things, okay?
Hey, somebody clip it and ship it. I need that clipped and put on a soundboard. When in doubt, spit it out, baby. And you know what? We're spitting out some venom. We are sending out that poison cloud, the Patui. There is nothing that Sentinel doesn't know how to do more than to do exactly what Ritual said 5 seconds ago. And now, looking for the up smash, didn't find it, but you know what? Still, on the aggression, Sentinel has kind of turned up the heat here, where it was really Kazii dictating the pace of that aggression before.
Okay, getting back into it, holding the platform, beautiful stuff here from Sentinel to stay disciplined and in the closing moments here. Last hit scenario. Now he's the one with the advantage. So he tries to find the ledge trap, but now you've got to contest. Game & Watch out of the corner. That frame data is all against you, my friend. Now you have to get out of dodge and find a way. This Piranha plant just will not die.
No, sir. No, sir. And as long as there is a stock, there is a way. Ooh, a beautiful attempt at the Nair drag downs, but not finding him. Still holding on after those bombs coming through, trying to send him out here. And look at that. That recovery route, just going ahead, bobbing right past the key, and now a little aggressive with the Patui, but we find the fair. Can we go ahead and shut it out? Sentinel, do you have that dog in you?
Right now, I mean, he just will not die, but there's only so much room you have to work with, even as this is incredibly heavy character, right? Piranha plant just outside the top 10, the wide PS2. This is going to be one of the best scenarios. You have to live just this long, but even still, right, you're on the back foot, you're down, you're just expecting them to run into Patui, you get the chance, he rolled in, and that's going to be the game! Sentinel showing you that passion once again outweighs talent. If you didn't believe from Hungrybox this weekend, believe it from that game 1. When there's a will, there's a way.
When there is a will, there is a way. Look at this Sentinel. Popping out that Patui, popping out that Poison Cloud. Says, all right, I've got you set off here. Now, gonna get you scared, and I am hitting you with that turnaround grab. I love that Sentinel. And the little bit of a pop-off, too. Just ripping those headphones off, saying, yep, I got it. That's me. I am that guy. We got a little bit of coaching coming on through here. Hey, you know what? Help the man's out. That is the beauty of an Arcadian. It is all meant about that growth of the players. Sentinel, getting prepped for Kazii. What are we going to be seeing adjustment-wise? I'm not sure. I think the big storyline of that game was that last stock. All of a sudden, instead of Kazii being the one saying, hey, I've got the pedal to the metal, Sentinel came alive.
Well, we saw a lot of Kazii just getting a little bit antsy and jumping the gun on a couple of those tech chases. Right, especially in the last stock, we saw really good ideas with things like that down smash, but just pulled the trigger too soon. A lot of right options, wrong timing, gave Sentinel a couple too many chances, and once it gets into spaghetti territory, right, that's where these low tiers really can thrive, because you just start panicking and you're like, oh my god, I can't let it be me. Now, Kazii back against the wall here, trying to find a way to keep on in winner's side, needs to find a way to force this game through.
Alrighty, Kazii locked at that ledge. Ooh, beautiful call out. We saw the Patui at the end of game 1 force the roll in, and this time, Sentinel understanding that, hey, he's going to be a little bit scared. I'm calling that neutral get up. I'm getting the down smash. We got the up smash too after a whiffed goldfish. Kazii already on such a huge disadvantage here as Sentinel. Might have been struggling at the beginning of game 1. It is not the same story. It is not the same player. We are in here to take a dub.
That up smash looks so wonky too, because he narrowed through platform and so made his hitbox wider. Right now, just it's gonna be Sentinel trying to find a way back. He's going high though, zooming away over that chef. Gonna get the juke, tries to find the reversal. It's gonna cost him dearly though. You did not need to die there. Just because he's chefing it up doesn't mean you need to cook too.
You got to be so careful when you're in the kitchen, otherwise you might be burning yourself there. Now, Kazii got a little bit of a chance to bring this back as Sentinel gets that rapid jab to go ahead and shut out the aggression that Kazii was trying to cook up with the goldfish, with the trampoline, and now we got a little bit more chef, and you know what? We're just going to send it right back. He is that top-notch chef. Insert every other, joke that we've overused here. Gordon Ramsay is in the kitchen, and he is Mr. Game & Watch.
You know what? He games, we watch, and right now trying to turn this Piranha plant into a little bit of an idiot sandwich. With that landing trap, gonna get the grab, doesn't find too much more though, and we see Kazii time and time again dropping these advantage states, trying to set up frame traps, and just not committing hard enough, whereas if he actually commits to the option, fully, he would be right.
Sometimes you just gotta let it rip. That being said, we let that forward air rip. That's going to get the stock, and we are to nice and even set play. Kazii did break through that Piranha plant ledge trapping right there, but it's still always so foreboding to fight through. And there's something that I called out during that game number 1, that super armor of the downbeat breaks on through, but it didn't matter. Kazii still keeps breaking on in as Sentinel letting it rip again. That downbeat, it is doing so much work for him.
And the thing is, right, it's just a matchup check time and time again. Yes, Kazi's making the adjustments, but he doesn't have an answer to find a way through this armor other than trap you low and find the chef. Unfortunately, when you're off stage that long at that high percent, people still don't know. The longer you're off stage, the higher you percent, the less invulnerability you've got. Kazii taking full advantage there to force the game 3, and does Sentinel still have tricks up his sleeve, or has Kazii got the download?
I don't know. I think the big thing is a lot of these chefs at ledge. It just became such a difficult thing to play around for Sentinel. And just how do you deal with that? Especially as a character like Piranha Plant, where you have such a susceptible recovery, all of a sudden it becomes much more dangerous to play against off stage.
Dude, the amount of cooking that I think we're gonna see in this game 3 off the charts. I think that Sentinel I think that we're gonna see Kazii go for at least one more judge this set. And that we saw him open the set with a 9. I don't know. I feel it in my veins. I don't necessarily feel it in my veins because it's gonna happen. I feel it in my veins because I want it to happen.
Like a shark, or better yet, a piranha. You smell that blood in the water and you want that. You're fiending upon it. And you know what? I can't blame you. Kazii, off to a hot start, got the goldfish coming on through, eating alive that Piranha Plant. And now trying to get that jab. Didn't matter. We still are sending it right back. Sentinel is struggling in game number 3.
And right now, it's just been the story of, the tier differential at the end of the day. He got caught in the blender. And this time, we're seeing Kazii not pull back, commit to these advantage states, just like we were talking about at the beginning of the set. And Sentinel just hasn't had an answer for the onslaught of hitboxes.
It's so difficult to deal with, but we do get that grab out of the shield, and I love that little setup there with the Patui. And Kazii, unfortunately, going to be going ahead and dropping that stock, just letting a little bit of a barbecue rip a little too early, and so Sentinel got a little bit of a chance here, taking the lead with the percentage, 75%. This is right on those perfect percents. You know what? I was about to say it. It was kill percent. Sentinel bringing it out with the up smash once more.
Bro, just dead center of the stage as well, calling out that jump reset like it's nobody's business. Kazii has to be careful. He's letting his own confidence beat him, Shades of Fate game 1 all over again, as this heaviness, as this porcelain pot painted in gold, just doing so much work. If you're not careful, this rebound could be disastrous again.
The armor there to go ahead and beat out the trampoline. I love it. But you know what? We're going to go ahead and... Oh, never mind. We aren't whiffing on the recovery. We're whiffing on the up smash. We got the forward air to fire back, but still, Kazii struggling to find this stock as Sentinel coming on in with the nair, coming on in with the Patui. The key, beating it out. Maybe the key to success here.
Listen, that Kazii is confident enough to last stock go for that parry game 3 when he could just dash back and avoid it entirely. Respect, You don't even get a punish. He just goes for it for full confidence anyways. Now forcing the center stage interaction, trying to force the awkward landings, give himself any opportunity to just stem the bleeding here. You're already at kill percent, but you're a light character. You can't let it get too much higher, lest some of these stray hits start to kill as well. Or you overshoot a little bit and the back air. Again, my friend, taking it all the way. The upsets just keep rolling in here at the Arcadian.
Yeah, Kazii getting a little bit nervous, as you can't blame him either. Sentinel showed time and time again, hey, I'm going to go ahead, pop up these Patui setups to really threaten that ledge. I'm going to use my down B to go ahead and armor through and beat out trampoline. And so Kazii got very antsy, got very anxious, goes ahead, overshoots that ledge. And unfortunately for him, that means Sentinel gets that nice, easy, explosive back air to finish out the set.
The movement to end that game, to end aim 2, the movement throughout the set from Sentinel, despite Plant's limited traits, were so good. We saw so many of the just beautiful slingshot micro spacings, so many great pivot grabs, just very good discipline from him on exactly where the best situations were, where the best positions were to take every single interaction. And that's why we're seeing Sentinel move on to top 8. Yin, we've got a Piranha plant in
Dang.
top 8 winner's side of the Fusion Arcadian.
You gotta respect it. Bro has grinded it out. He's gotten into that top 8 after beating out Dashiel, Kazii, and now gonna be fighting off against the winner of Biscotto or Hypestown inside of that winner's semis. That being said, we cannot stop with the action. You saw this set right here. You saw how action-packed it was. We got those drag downs, everything. Next up, we are going to be getting Dino Nuggies versus 1R. And man, you don't want to turn away for 1 second.
No, you do not. And while we get those two players situated, before we get into this, I just gotta say, shout out to Floppy Fail in chat, sir. I know you're doing that college grind and couldn't make it tonight. Right? But one of the top contenders in past Fusion Arcadians unable to enter. So a little bit of a storyline there as well. See him in chat. So shout out. But Yin, we've got Dino Nuggies and 1R.